So the new Halo TV show is out, and it would seem that most people agree that it's not very good. Bounding into Comics wrote up a nice little article reviewing it. I only watched the first 5 or 10 minutes, and I turned it off because I thought it was awful. It's just not what I was looking for. Once again, another video game adaptation falls flat. I want to show you that it's not just me or Bounding into Comics, though, that has this opinion. We can head right over to Rotten Tomatoes and just see how badly this show is doing. Because on a rare occasion, critics and audiences agree. The show is shit. And I'm not shocked. So, Halo is too derivative of better science fiction series to emerge a fully formed elite, but glimmers of promise and faithfulness to the source material signal. It's not out of the fight just yet, but it's 61% rotten. Or no, is that fresh? I think that's fresh, right? That's close to rotten. Audiences hate it. I'm going to go over some of those, but I want to highlight something that Bounding into Comics said that I highlighted in a different video. That the show is highly close to the Mandalorian. He speaks and his voice sounds identical to Din Djarin from The Mandalorian, as if that character leaped into the Halo universe and slapped on a suit of armor. Seriously, it is that noticeable. In fact, as the episode presses on, it's almost impossible to distinguish between the two characters. It's almost as if Paramount studied every single Mandalorian episode and then tried to model their Master Chief on an identical foot-for-note formula. And there's also a lot of concerns that the main character is going to be this little girl right here who is going to have superpowers or something and is going to rise up, and it's going to be a bait and switch. And I'm going to tell you, I don't find that ridiculous. I think it's very possible that could happen because we see it all the time. Check this out, by the way. Ever wanted to know what Master Chief looked like? No? Well, guess what? They're going to show you anyway. They reveal his face in the show, and there it is. How underwhelming. He should never have to take his helmet off. It's so dumb that his helmet was removed. Should have never came off. Don't want to see what his face is. And they're like, no, we're just going to show it to you multiple times. It's here. It's also right here. What a waste. You could have brought in the voice actor from the video games and just kept his damn helmet on all the time. You could have maybe done a couple of shots where he takes it off and there's shadows and you can't tell what he looks like. You could make it so you can't even tell what color he is. I mean, that would be fine with me. But nah, we're going to take it off and make it this dude. How underwhelming. Years thrown out the window because now this is going to be the face that everyone associates with the character, whether you like it or not. So stupid. You should have left him anonymous. Well, I mean, we know a little bit about his background. We know his name, but we didn't know what he looked like, and I liked it that way. But no, that's out the window now. Now it's that Pablo guy. We also have audience scores. Let's take a look at that because I don't really care what the critics have to say very much. And we can take a look at some of these scores. A lot of bad scores, some good ones, like this one's 4.5 stars early yet, but first episode, very promising. Looking forward to the rest. Then we have this one. The visuals are okay, but the acting is horrendous. The cast is very poor. Putting together the cutscenes from various Halo games would create a more moving story. This person likes it. It is actually the best series based on a video game that I have ever seen. I know it's hard to make everybody happy, especially gamers. However, consider that this is not a game, therefore it must have different things in the plot and story. Give it a chance! No. Fuck this show. And I don't care for your low standards, sir. One and done for me. Master Chief looks like a badass. The rest of the show looks like some bad 90s B-movie. Starship Troopers might have better effects, bad special efforts and effects, and horrible CGI. One episode in, and this show truly deserves such a harsh rating. Clearly written by people who have never enjoyed the books or games. This show is being made because Halo is a name that will sell because Master Chief is a character that sells. This show will benefit immensely from this despite its bad fan fiction levels of writing, and that it is too bad. And that is too bad. I was ready to be disappointed based on all the reviews I've heard, but I was surprised and wanted to watch more after episode 1 was finished, but still only gave it 3.5 stars. They got the speed and power of the Spartans right, and not much else. I'm still trying to figure out how the very weapons that had no effect in the hands of the rebels suddenly became god tier and one-shot kill in the hands of Master Chief. The first 20 minutes or so were good, but after that, it goes off the rails. This show is Halo in name only. This person says they liked it. If you play the game Halo like I do every day, it's totally awesome. If you don't know Halo, it's just another sci-fi show like Star Trek to the average person. But as soon as I watched, had to get online and play awesome show. That's funny. The showrunner said they never played the games and didn't pay any attention to them. And here's the last one I'm going to read. Didn't like the show. Just completely missed the mark. This show could have been phenomenal with the budget it had. CGI is from 2009. I do hear that the CGI is awful. What I saw in the few minutes I watched of it didn't look very impressive for the budget that the show has. That's for sure. So, I don't know. There you go. Most people seem to hate it. I mean, the score speaks for itself. 66% audience score is pretty friggin' awful. 61% tomato meter, pretty awful. This show is going to be a disaster. I'm looking forward to reviews from some of my favorite reviewers like Az, and I'm sure he'll review it. I'd love to see Jay Longbone review it. She's really funny. And, hopefully we'll get some laughs out of that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. The show sucks. And given their track record with Star Trek, I could expect nothing less. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.